My name is JT Bennett, and my wife is Gretchen Bennett, and we run the Geico Honda JG team. You know, it took us with Geico. We got them on board about 5 years ago, and you know, it took a lot of paperwork and a lot of research to get Geico on board with the off-road event that we do. But they've been in it for 5 years and on board, and then this year in January we just picked up Honda as a sponsor. And again, it took some work. We took almost 9 months putting paperwork together and questions being answered, and so we started in January, and it's been a great relationship ever since. This is, we were just talking earlier, and I believe this is my 20th year coming to GNCCs, and I did my stint of pro racing back in the late 90s and early 2000s, and it was time to start a family and buy a house, and so that took a toll on my training a little bit, and I made an attempt to come back after we had the house figured out and all the bills figured out, and you know, and the couple of years I took off there buying a house, the boys decided to go a little faster on me, so I decided to you know, try to put a team together and hire the guys that can go out and win for us. It's amazing how much work it is. It's almost, you know, it's not really a balancing act because it's more like a lifestyle. And my wife is so supportive. You know, we've been together for 15 years, and she's been the backbone of the team. And you know, we got little Connor now. I have a 13-month-old, and I fly. You know, I try to fly them into every race just so I can see them and hang out. And they, you know, it's a big part having them here. Absolutely. You know, it's one of them things. You know, it's off-road racing is a little different deal. You know, you're out there for 3 hours, so I like the guys knowing how to work on their bike. If something happens on the trail, they need to know what to do. And you know, having a couple older guys, Jimmy and Scotty, are a few years older than some of the guys out here, and they not only can carry their own weight, but they also help me run the team as well, because they've been in it a long time and they always have good advice for me. You know, Ashley, you know, for Geico, we always wanted to have a female aspect on the team, just so we got a little diversity out there, and you know, we can keeping our eye on her for a couple of years, and you know, she was getting up in the top 5s there at 15 years old, 14 years old, and so we kept an eye on her, and then I started talking to her dad, Tracy, and said, yeah, let's try this. You know, last year we kind of had him on the JG team, just a trial event, and you know, she performed well. She finished 3rd for the year last year, so we made her a full-fledged Geico rider this year. And you know, the same thing, she brings her dad to all the races, and we couldn't ask for better help out of Tracy. You know, she hasn't helped me. She hasn't asked me to help her with any homework yet, but I know she brings her homework with her and does reports on the road. And you know, a couple of times we got to get creative. You know, she misses quite a bit of school, you know, over this racing. So sometimes we got to throw her on our plane and get her home in time. They're out of Texas, so that's a little bit of a hike to get them home first thing Monday morning. So yeah, you know, we do whatever it takes. You know, if we got to get her on a plane, or you know, they got to leave early before the race is over to get her home. But you know, the most important thing is that we keep her in school, and you know, she graduates. You know, there was talk about taking her out of school and doing this professionally, and you know, I'm I'm not against it, but I believe, you know, all these young kids need to graduate, because they got to have a life after racing as well. As far as me, I ended up 8th, I believe 8th overall in the morning race, you know, which isn't too bad for me. Kind of out of shape a little bit, trying to pull everything together over the winter. But to come down and be able to do 5 laps in this tough sand was a good ride. You know, I wish I would have got on the podium for Honda today, but we'll get back up north, and we'll get in some dirt where I'm more accustomed, and hopefully put the bike on the podium. And Ashley had a beautiful ride today. You know, she struggles in the sand as well, and she came out 3rd place on the day, and I believe 29th overall. And they they had maybe 300 riders out there for the morning, so that was an exceptional ride for her. That's good to see. Next stop is going to be this upcoming Sunday in Washington, Georgia. Since we have everybody down here, they put these races back to back on us, which is a little bit tough. Everybody's working out the kinks still by the time we get up there Sunday. But that's another nice track. If we get a little bit of rain up there, it has great soil. It'll be another longer track, 12 or 13 mile track, and we come out of Florida, morning racers, our afternoon racers, with everybody healthy. I'm looking for some podiums up in Georgia.
All right, well, it sounds like you guys are off to a great start so far, and good luck with next week.
Excellent. We're going to need it, and we appreciate your guys' support, and we'll keep them Hondas up front.